Hello, it's Mrs. Clausen, and today we're going to start a new novel called To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Now, as you could probably guess by the jazz and music playing just seconds ago, this novel takes place in the 1930s in Macomb, Alabama. Today, our objective is to learn more about the main characters of this novel. So, by the end of this presentation, I expect you to be able to identify the three main characters of this novel, as well as describe the characteristics that define each of the three main characters. Also note, on the screen, you can see a picture of a mockingbird surrounded by some Photoshop pictures of four of the characters we're going to talk about today. I want you to think about what do these characters have to do with a mockingbird, and what does a mockingbird have to do with the title, To Kill a Mockingbird? Because that's going to be very important later. Our first main character is Jean Louise Finch, but she goes by the name Scout. Now, as you can see, there are arrows pointing to her outfit because you can tell a lot about someone by how they dress, how they carry themselves. So, just by looking at the picture, you can probably guess that Scout is a tomboy. She's loving, rambunctious, sensitive, and outgoing. Scout is the narrator of the story, so she's telling the story. Now, although the story takes place when she is 6 and then continues on until when she turns 9, she's actually narrating the story as an adult, so she's reflecting back on her childhood. The next main character is her brother Jim. He is her older brother, and at the beginning of the novel, he is 10. At the end, he's 13. He looks up to his father Atticus, protects Scout, and is smart and friendly. The third and final main character is Atticus. Atticus is Scout and Jim's father. He is a widower. He is a lawyer, which you can probably tell. He's kind of dressed up rather nice for the 1930s when the Great Depression is happening. So he has a good, well paying position. He is described as being soft spoken, generous, and honest. He has a dry sense of humor and believes in moral integrity. Now that we've gone over the three main characters, we're going to go over some other minor characters. The first is Calpurnia. Calpurnia is an African American housemaid that has been with the Finch family since their mother's death. She is Scout and Jim's disciplinarian. The next character is Charles Baker Harris. He is known as Dill. He is Scout and Jim's friend. He only stays in Macomb for the summers, and he's known for telling quote unquote big stories. The next character is Arthur Boo Bradley. He is known as the town enigma. He's kind of a mystery. He's a recluse, he's childlike. Some say he's crazy. Others say he was sentenced by his father to stay in his dad's house, even though he's an adult. But he's also known for watching out for Scout and Jim and kind of being their protector. The next character is Tom Robinson. Tom Robinson is a young, hardworking father of three children. He has a crippled left hand, and in the novel, he is falsely accused of rape. The next character is actually not just a character, it's actually a family. They're known as the Cunninghams. The Cunninghams are a poor white family. They're hardworking, kind, and they always pay back debts with produce or products they can produce on their farms. This actually is not terribly uncommon. Remember, the novel takes place in the 1930s during the Great Depression. So when people couldn't pay, they didn't have credit cards like they do today. So they'd often use products or produce that they had on their farms to trade for services. So, like if you had to go see a doctor and you couldn't pay them, maybe you give them so many tomatoes. And finally, we have the Yules, another family. Now, the Yules are a poor white family, but unlike the Cunninghams, they're lazy, they're dirty, they're foul mouthed, and they rarely work. Dad's an alcoholic, the family's kind of dysfunctional. They kind of provide contrast to the Cunninghams. So, those are just some of the characters. There's a few other minor characters we'll be introduced to as we go through the novel. So let's get started. Let's read this book.